So we're at the National Portrait Gallery. I've never been before. We're meeting a person called Cyrill Ibrahim, concert pianist. He's like the modern gentleman. So we're just going to find out a bit more about him, what he does. So he has a really big social media presence, using all social media platforms. I think we can gain an insight into what is the modern gentleman. Do you know what I mean? Does it have a place in today's society? Some people may view it as like a old-fashioned and maybe not with the modern times, but clearly he's in the 21st century and he's rocking it. Also to find about his passion, that is music, and what it takes to be a great pianist and how did he get into it. So kind of just find out about him and his life and how he's got to here.
I think the modern gentleman is someone who is very much looking for their own voice, where they feel they can express themselves mostly. And it's not only about the way you dress or which music you listen to or which books you read, but it's trying to develop something in the mind. Openness, curiosity is a very important one, and elegance, of course, sophistication. I think those aspects are very important. And also be warm to other people, just sort of like trying to be open to the rest of the world. The modern gentleman is not arrogant. It's not somebody who feels that he's better than somebody else. The modern gentleman probably doesn't have real enemies or something. It's just somebody who's like trying to understand somebody else really and being really sort of like, okay, but how does he or she feels? Yeah. And I think that is probably what the core value of the real gentleman is, that you are gentle.
It's about a certain character?
Yeah, it's a character and willingness to develop and to really understand the other person. It's not all about appearance, because that would be superficial, and a gentleman isn't superficial. I think it's important as well not to be judgmental. Everybody has their own process, you know, and everybody has their own lives. So it's not about trying to impose your will on other people. I think that's really not at all good.
What is your way to approach a lady? Or do you have a way to approach a lady?
We wouldn't treat anybody differently because they are a lady or a man or whatever. You just try to be as open as possible. Really listen. Just listen to people. If one listens, one really understands people and then can react on that. So there's not really like, I don't have a pickup line or anything. I think being a gentleman and being a lady is fairly the same thing. It's actually exactly the same thing. This sort of curiosity and openness and development and, you know, exploration of one's potential is for everyone the same. But a kind of softness in your social decorum, I think that is quite important. It doesn't mean that you stand up when a lady stands up. Could be, in the right environment, one does that. They're fairly natural, really, for somebody who's considerate. Some people need religion to gain principles and understand. I'm not religious at all, but some people can think that probably religion gives them some sort of guidelines, and that is fair enough, you understand? So I think that is the same with this. There are books of etiquette, there are books of, you know, do this, do that, do this, but it doesn't really make you gentle because you don't really feel it. Okay. You don't really sort of, it's not innately yours. Yeah. If you have more people who are really considerate, open and warm, you wouldn't have so many walls because people would be more in tune with each other and united. You know, with all the things that are happening politically in the world, the artist will always have a place in the world. So art, literature, cinema, good cinema, of course, anything to do with the expression of human nature, I'm interested in because it shows what people really think and feel, and that's the core of what I do.
Describe what your music makes the general person feel, the average person feel.
What I would hope that it would transmit sort of excitement and a feeling of sort of possibilities, and that all we experience in life can go much further once we open sort of like our mind and our intellect, our emotions. What I would hope is that people would think, oh yeah, this is just so beautiful. I forget all my problems for a moment, and I would just sort of open myself up to sound.
if I had to like chill out, I'd maybe listen to something like Frank Ocean and just put in some earphones. What would be like your chilled down kind of music?
For me?
Yeah, for you. For you. Say it's a Sunday afternoon, you've got a lot of worries on, but you just want to chill out. And what's the music that you would turn to, your kind of favorite go-to music?
If I say Bruckner, you would say, like, what is he talking about? I mean, there's some composers which I really think work very well for me.
Okay.
But I can't sort of switch that off. Like, I always listen to music, because music is my job, it's what I do. So if I want to relax, I go to the opera. When you're really immersed in something, which is something what not many people have, something which is completely their own. Playing an instrument, doesn't matter which level, speaking a language, doing something which nobody can really take away. Like, not like you can take a car away, you can lose your house. All these things are transient, but things which are in your mind and in your body, they're yours. And that's what I think is beautiful. Music is a connection of sound and tension and relaxation in the sound. And music is something which enters right away. I mean, I think when we see things, we can see things, but our vision can be blurred with thoughts. But when you hear something, it just sort of, it's there, I feel.
But can't music be blurred by thoughts?
Yeah, I think so, but I feel that it's so powerful. Sound is such a powerful thing. It's hard to shut that off somehow.
Yeah.
And I think because it's sound, it's just not possible to exist without it.
Yeah.
And I think the task of a concert artist, a concert pianist, is not to hear the piano, but create different sounds, a different world. As a pianist, you'd like to start as early as you can, really, because of flexibility, and as a child you absorb so much more and quicker. The satisfaction comes later, because you need to do so much more work in terms of getting a grip with your hands and coordination and all that sort of stuff. But once you have that, the satisfaction is there, and you can play whatever you want.
What makes the piano, why is it so special in that regard?
I think it's the scope of possibilities the instrument has. It's just unbelievable. It's the most amazing, powerful instrument that exists. I think the piano can convey an enormous amount of emotions, but it really depends on the artist. Because what has the artist got to say? I went to music college and studied music all my life. I recorded my first disc, which came out last year. It's very well received and been on BBC and radio and stuff. Great publicity,
Yeah.
and it's nice to have a first CD. And now I'm working on my second disc, which is going to be a Chopin CD. I don't come from a particularly musical family, and it's quite difficult to then do something which is not mainstream and doesn't give you a lot of money when you are in your 20s.
Yeah.
Being an artist takes a long time, so there was not really a big support, but that's not a problem, because that's why we grow, because we grow stronger as a person. These times make you really realize that this is what you want to do. When you perform, when you give concerts, there is a different vibe, because you feel the audience, you feel how they feel, you see the energy goes through the hall, and that's an amazing feeling. But recording, that's really a different thing, because you're trying to make it as perfect as you can. You work with a producer and engineer, you really sort of try to say what you really want to say, and it doesn't come out all the time in a concert. Things can happen in live performances. I love performing. I love the audience, I love the vibe, I love the nerves, I love that sort of stress. It's great. Slightly addicted to it. It's great. I started a blog not such a long time ago, a bit longer than half a year, I think 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And I had my social media channels already.
Yeah.
It's been an enormous traction over the last half a year. I'm very happy with that, because it means I'm doing something right.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So that's great, and lots of brands would like to collaborate, and that's great. And also brands I can affiliate with, and I feel they fit the culture of gentleman.
Is there any like platform that you particularly like as as a social media platform?
I think all the platforms have different cultures. So Instagram is a culture, Twitter is a culture, Facebook is a culture. Instagram is a very different culture. Of course, there's an overlap and people use different mediums, but I feel the way people interact in Instagram is very different than Facebook or Twitter. The downside on Instagram is that it's very quick. People make quite quick decisions. I like it, I don't like it. And then I just swipe through, which is not always helpful.
It's not something they ponder over, whereas on Twitter, you see a tweet.
Absolutely, and writing a tweet takes a bit more effort as well than just posting a photograph or video. So I think they're all different.
With Instagram, it's just a like or dislike, and it's so quick. I've just realised that I just do this, and then you're gone. I'm not going to see that picture most likely again.
But now, if you look at this painting, you have to really look at it. It can take 10 minutes or even more to really understand what's going on. It's not a problem, but it's significant for today, for the world, that everything goes extremely quick. We read the news, two sentences, we think we know what it's all about. We make snap judgments. That's what happens also with social media. It's all very, very quick. We take in so much information and we don't really think about it and ponder what it is. With anything in life, you want to get recognized. You want to feel that you're loved, you're understood, you're respected. It's quite normal. So the same applies for social media. Future is a big mystery, of course. I hope that I can reach so many more people through all the channels which I've built and reaching them with my music. And hopefully I will inspire them to do something which is really from themselves as well.
What we learned from today, quite a lot, I would say. We met the modern gentleman and he kind of described to us what the definition of a gentleman is. It's not about appearance. Obviously there's like a byproduct of that. It's just being a person with good morals, a person that's curious, a person that's gentle. The main thing that I think taught us is how much of a passion he has for just culture, music, just everything. He's just so appreciated of it all. He was saying sometimes we should just stop and take a second to admire everything that's going around us. Sign off. I think we're going to the pub, mate. That's where we're going. Let's go.